Department to insert itself into the political process this way, I think would have had grave consequences for the country. It may very well have spiraled us into a constitutional crisis. And I wanted to make sure that he understood the gravity of the situation because he didn't seem to really appreciate it.
That was former Acting Deputy Attorney General Richard Donoghue responding to a draft letter written by former Assistant Attorney General Jeffrey Clark. The letter was to be sent to Georgia state officials and claimed the Department of Justice had evidence of voter fraud. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge joins me now. Hey, Catherine, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. So you've been covering the Justice Department for 2 decades. What was happening inside the department around January 6th?
Well, Caitlin, one of my contacts who was working in the department at that time told me that the atmospherics, that the department, the system felt extremely stressed, and they likened it to living and working on a knife's edge. And they said that the January 3rd meeting where there was this showdown between the two sides over whether the Justice Department intervened should have just lasted a few minutes, but remarkably, as we learned today, went on for several hours with central democratic principles hanging in the balance, Caitlin.
Yeah, Catherine, I want to ask you about that because we talk so much about January 6th, but January 3rd was such a pivotal day. Can you kind of take us back into the Oval Office? What did we learn today from this testimony about what was actually happening in that longer than expected meeting?
Well, Caitlin, based on the testimony today and previous depositions, I'll set the scene for everyone at home. Late in the afternoon on January 3rd, they were called to the Oval Office. President Trump was sitting behind that wooden Resolute desk, and he had the top Justice Department officials, not only from the Justice Department, but also his White House legal team, and he invited them to debate the pros and cons of the Justice Department interfering in the presidential election outcome. Really, the majority, by any stretch of the imagination, as we learned today, was adamantly against any intervention by the Justice Department on the basis that it was not supported by the facts or by the law. And one of the witnesses testified that he said to President Trump, if you proceed with this, if you take Jeffrey Clark and you make him the acting attorney general, you will do tremendous damage to the country, tremendous damage to the department, and significantly tremendous damage to yourself, because all of us will resign en masse. And that may have been the tipping point for President Trump, who ultimately rejected this plan for the intervention at the state level.
Incredible to think how close they came to that, however. As we heard, Clark was the author of this draft letter written to electors in Georgia. How strong was the resistance to actually going ahead and sending this among Trump's legal team?
Everyone that I've spoken to who is connected to this testimony says that there was never a chance that Jeffrey Clark would become the acting attorney general, and there was never a chance the letter would be sent. But what was so concerning to them is that though they told the individuals involved that based on the law and based on the facts, they had not found evidence or widespread evidence of voter fraud, it still continued to proceed. It's a little bit like a scenario, if you will, when you ask one parent for something and they turn you down, and then you turn to the next one. I'm not trying to minimize it, but it kind of had that sort of jockeying feel. But what was most concerning to them is that every time they felt that they had shut down one avenue that the president and his team wanted to explore, another one would pop up, and they'd have to then deal with that as well. But they told me they were not fearful in that meeting that somehow this plan would go ahead, because they were all united in this position that they would leave the department. They would essentially sort of decapitate the leadership of the department, and others would follow. And this would be such a stain on the president and his legacy that they felt that would be enough to stop this. And in the end, it did.
Yeah, Catherine, I had a similar reaction. How many avenues the then president, was trying to go down to get the answer that he wanted. I know you've been reporting on the just massive scale of this criminal investigation, and you're reporting that this is going to get even larger. How so?
Well, based on what we learned today here at CBS News and confirmed independently, this investigation into whether you call it the fake electors or the Trump electors has expanded. We knew in January of this year through the Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco that federal prosecutors were reviewing the matter, and we've had confirmation that Jeffrey Clark, this is the individual who was putting forward this idea, his house was raided by, according to his spokesman, about a dozen law enforcement officials, and they also seized his electronic devices. They're calling this government overreach or the weaponization of government authorities. Couple that, though, with the issuance of subpoenas to a number of parties that the New York Times, and we're working to confirm, it says 9 individuals in at least 4 states. So that tells you that it is expanding. And the question is, where will they ultimately land on the charges in this particular case?
An expanding investigation, and a year and a half later, we're still learning more and new information. Catherine Herridge, as always, thank you for your time and reporting.
You're welcome, Caitlin.